Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bang the table and make the screen wobble like that. Not the way to start off the the video. G'day, Spuddies. How is everyone? I hope you're doing well. I wanted to talk about willpower. I get a lot of people commenting and writing to me and saying that I must have amazing willpower and they wish they could do what I'm doing, but they just don't have the willpower or the strength of mind or the determination or anything like that. So I wanted to talk about that today. Sorry. So to me, it's really not at all about willpower. I'm not some amazing bloke that has amazing willpower and ability to just push on through adversity and all of that sort of thing. I just, if I was born with amazing willpower or something like that, then I wouldn't have got to the position I was in with being 151 kilos and way, just unhealthy and unhappy and all of that. One of my other 50 attempts at weight loss over the years, I would have made that work because my willpower would have got me through it. But that's not the case, people. I don't have amazing willpower. To me, I think willpower is largely irrelevant. And in the first week, I guess, that required a little bit of willpower. But really, willpower is not something that people have in infinite supply. There's no one, I don't believe, in the world that has willpower in infinite supply. It's something that runs out eventually. Yes, you can. I think you can improve your willpower. You can work on things to make it better, but not by much. I just think it's just something that's a truth of life that willpower will only get you so far. The point for me about success in this instance for me is not about willpower. It's about creating a situation in life and, more importantly, a mindset, a situation inside here which basically removes the requirement for willpower. So, just setting up your mind and your environment to remove the need for massive willpower. You might occasionally require a little bit, but we need to remove barriers to success. We need to make things easy, and we need to change the way we think so that willpower is not required. So, things we can do with our physical environment, we can talk to our family and our friends and have open, honest, heart-to-heart discussions with them about why we're doing what we're doing, whatever that may be. I'm not necessarily talking about the potato spud fit challenge here. It could be anything. But when people around you really understand your need to do the things that you do, if they truly love you and they are good friends and family, then I think once they understand your reasons for doing things, then they'll stop making fun of you and stop sabotaging and things like that. And if not, then I guess people have their own issues to deal with and you have to let them be. You can ask, there's all sorts of things you can do to make your home environment easier. But for me, the most important thing is what's going on between the ears. So if you're following a diet that encourages, certain food choices over others, which most diets do, whatever. Hang on, I'm not really making sense here. We need to create an environment where, you've got the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other shoulder, and they're debating. The devil's saying, go and eat the donut, it's going to be okay, just eat the donut, just this once, and you can get back on the diet tomorrow, and the angel's saying, no, don't do it. So you need to create an environment where that debate can't happen. Basically, we need rigid rules that we're going to set so that the devil's like a slimy lawyer. It's always looking for loopholes, trying to find holes in your arguments, trying to find little gaps that he can wedge his own argument in and weasel his way in and try to get you to do what he wants. It's like a slimy scumbag lawyer. That bastard just wants you to fail and just wants to beat you and wear you down. And And we need to make laws that don't have loopholes. Alright? We need to create laws in our lives that don't have loopholes so we can keep that slimy devil on our shoulder, that scumbag bastard, from trying to have his own way and bring us down. So, for me, it is potatoes only. That's that. There are no loopholes there. Alright? There's no, you can have a quarter of a teaspoon of oil per meal. And then the devil would go, well, a quarter of a teaspoon, half a teaspoon would be okay. And the next day, a teaspoon would be okay. And since you're having some oil, why don't you add a tablespoon of sugar as well? That's okay. It's just a bit. And then it builds up and builds up, and before you know, you're making cakes every day. So that is one thing. Rules, laws, bulletproof laws with no loopholes. What else can we do? We need to create a situation in our mind where there are more reasons to do the right thing than there are to do the wrong thing. So we need to fully examine every situation and really understand and go deep into the pluses and minuses of every situation. I've spoken with lots of people about this in my coaching. So you might hear Teddy's piano playing in the background. He loves his little piano out there. So basically, when we have cravings for junk foods, we're only thinking about the moment of eating the junk food and how delicious it's going to be. That cake's going to be good, and it's going to be great to eat. But we're not thinking about how we're feeling 10 minutes after. Guilt, regret, shame. How you feeling the next day? A little bit sluggish. How you feeling 6 months down the track when you've eaten cake every second day and you put on 10 kilos more and you're feeling a little bit more depressed and a little bit less healthy? You got to take all of that into account. You got to include everything, and weigh up all the positives and negatives, and really make informed decisions, not emotional decisions. Make logical, informed decisions, when you can learn to think with a clear head, and learn to examine food choices in their entirety and their total effect, not just cake is yum, potatoes aren't. Willpower takes me to potatoes. No, that's not what it is. Let's think about the cake and everything that goes with the cake. All of there's one little positive, which is a great eating experience, and then there's a multitude of negatives which we ignore. And when we think about the potatoes, there's one little, potatoes are pretty good really, they're not that bad, but they're not as good as cake. So we think of that as a negative, and then we forget all the multitude of positives that go with it. So we need to take all these things into account. There are lots of other things I could talk about. I could probably write a whole book on this topic, but my point is, it's not about willpower. I do not have amazing willpower, as most people seem to want to believe. I am if I had amazing willpower, I wouldn't have got to the point that I got to. What I've discovered this year is that it's not about willpower, it's about creating a mindset that does not require willpower to make the right choices. So it's about mindfulness. That's the key term, isn't it? That's the catchphrase of the moment. Mindfulness, mindful eating. And I never really understood what that was until this year. And maybe I still don't. I've not really researched mindful eating. I've just come up with my own ways of doing things. Anyway, I think I've talked for long enough. In the Spudtember group, this is a shameless plug now, but in my Spudtember group, it's going really well, by the way. We haven't started yet. We're just preparing for the 1st of September for our month-long SpudFit Challenge, which I'm helping to guide through along with a couple of special guests, including Tim Steele is in the group, which has been really cool. He's going to join in, and hopefully a couple others that I'll announce along the way. But anyway, it's a really good vibe in there and a really friendly group, and the real focus of the month for me, what I'll be trying to get across is how to create this mindset where willpower is not required. Willpower can get you so far, but it's not going to, you can't maintain it forever. So let's work on ways around using willpower. So there you go. If you want to learn more about that, go to spudfit.com, and there's a little badge that says Join Spudtember, and you can read through that, and then you can join up if you want. And if not, you can do your own Spud Temper Challenge. You don't need me, you can do it on your own if you'd like. And if you want the support of the group and the extra guidance from me, then you can go to spudfit.com and work it out from there. Also, if you've got any comments or questions, click below, subscribe. The best thing you can do for me is share this with anyone that you think could benefit from it. And like me on all the social medias. And thanks for watching. Willpower is irrelevant. Spud up.